Zapier agents are a part of Zapier's new AI orchestration platform. They let you create AI powered workflows that can help actually reason and adapt, not just follow a fixed set of steps. Unlike traditional Zaps, which use a simple trigger and action model, agents can interpret your instructions in plain English and make intelligent decisions like browsing the web or searching for information on their own. This means that agents can handle more complex, dynamic tasks, such as researching meeting participants or summarizing web content, without you having to map out every possible scenario. In this video, I'm going to show you how to build an agent that each morning reviews your calendar for meetings with external contacts, performs a Google search on each participant, and then emails you a dossier to help you prepare. With just a few clicks, you can connect your calendar, set up the agent's behavior, and let it handle the research and email delivery automatically, saving you time and ensuring you're always ready for your next meeting. Let's get started. So if you visit agents.zapier.com, you will be able to create a new agent. And when you click that new agent button, you get a screen like this. There are a lot of templates you can start with, but just to kind of show you how it all works, I'm going to start from scratch and we'll call my agent meeting prep agent and click start from scratch. So immediately you're presented with a really familiar chat interface, and you can actually chat with Zapier agents to help build out what it is you're looking for. But I am going to skip over that and go right to configuration so you can see exactly what's happening. If I click configure, I can add a quick description like send a morning email with meeting contact info. Perfect. And I can click create behavior. Now, what is a behavior? A behavior is simply the workflows or tasks that this agent is going to take on your behalf. Click that button. You get a prompt window. Here you can describe what it is that this behavior needs to do. I am going to actually skip this step, but if it's your first time using Zapier agents, give it a shot. What it's going to do is it's going to take sort of the initial request and build a fully developed prompt out of that. I have a prompt ready to go, so I'm going to provide my own by skipping this step. And now we're creating our behavior. I can give this behavior a name. I'm going to leave it untitled for now because you'll see here in a moment, it'll kind of figure it out for me. I have a prompt ready to go, and I can paste that into the instructions. And let's take a look at this prompt and you'll see exactly what it's doing. First, I'm asking it to look at my calendar events for the day, finding all of the external participants, and then summarizing who those people are, where they work, what title they have, how long they've been there, etc., and then sending me an email with the name of the meeting, the time of the meeting, and the name and relevant information for each external participant. I do have a couple of placeholders here. So right here, I'm saying, take a look at my calendar for today. I need to tell it which calendar. So I'm just going to highlight that, delete it real quick, and then click this Insert Tools button. And here you can see that there are already some tools added. This agent can visit a website if it needs to. It can do a Google search if it needs to. I need it to be able to look at my calendar. So I'm going to add a tool from the 7,000 plus apps that Zapier already supports. In this case, we'll use Google Calendar. Here it is. And now that I've selected Google Calendar, I need to look for some sort of action where it can find events. And we see that right here. Find multiple events in your calendar as line items. Click on that, and it's going to insert it into the prompt where my cursor was. If I click this gear icon, I can begin to refine a little bit more about what I'm asking it to do. And in this case, you can see it's already decided it's going to use the Google Calendar that I have for my Gmail account. It's doing that because I only have one Google Calendar. But if you have multiple Google Calendar accounts connected in Zapier, you might want to click here and select the specific account that you're looking at. Similarly, you can choose to select a specific calendar within that account. By default, these fields are all going to be determined by the agent, and that's what makes agents special. Field mapping can be a little bit daunting when you're building out a traditional Zap. The magic of agents is that the AI will decide when and what to provide in each of these fields every time this behavior runs. But let's say I wanted to be really specific about the calendar it's looking at. I can click this dropdown and set a specific value for this field. And then now I can see the two different calendars that I have in my Gmail account. I'm not really concerned about the holidays in the United States. It's the PromoPilot one that I want, so I'll select that. The rest of these, I'll leave the same. Click on Save, and that tool is now configured. The next tool we need to configure is the Send Email part of this prompt. So I'm going to delete that little placeholder and insert a new tool. And in my case, I use Zoho Mail. But if you use Google or Microsoft, it's in here. Don't worry about it. Now, again, I can choose the task I want it to take. And in this case, I'm going to have it just send the email because it's sending me the email. And if it gets a little creative with its response, it's not going to be catastrophic. Otherwise, I might just want it to create a draft, right? But let's go ahead and choose send email. And again, if I click this gear icon, I can get really granular about how each of these fields are mapped. But I think this is fine. I trust it. It's going to do okay. All right. And I'm going to go ahead and save this. Oh, actually, before I do that, I'm going to add my trigger. So the trigger is what's going to kick this behavior off. And I want this to happen every morning. So I'm going to choose Schedule by Zapier. And I want it to send to me every day. I would like it to send at 6 a.m. And if I click Show All Options, I even have the ability to say, yes, do trigger on weekends. In this case, I don't want to trigger it on weekends. Okay, let's save that trigger. Perfect. Now we can save our behavior. And we can go ahead and test this behavior. So let's give it a shot. Now, what it's going to do is it's going to kind of step through everything it thinks it needs to be doing. And it will ask for approval every now and then to go get records from a calendar or send an email. Don't worry about this step. Once we have this done and we've gone through a couple of tests, we'll publish it and we'll never be in this interface again. We're just going to get an email every day at 6 o'clock. I do want to point out that now that we've saved and ran our first test, Zapier has actually titled this behavior for us, External Meeting Participant Insights. Sounds like a fine name to me. I can change it if I want to. Over here in the chat interface, you can see it has started by gathering all of the calendar events for today. It found two external participants. One is Hannah Granada, that happens to be my wife, and the other is Eric at ericgranada.com, who is me, but I wasn't going to put like a bunch of random people in here. That would be strange. In this chat interface, you'll see these little down arrows, and if I click those, I can actually see all of the information that it's getting. So here, it put together a preview of the email it's going to send for Hannah. And it did the same for Eric. And you can even see how it performed its Google search, what it found, all kinds of cool stuff. Finally, it's asking me, here's a preview. Does it look good? If there's anything you'd like to change before I run the action, let me know. So let's take a look at the preview it's going to send. Great. It's going to send me an email, and it's going to say you've got a virtual coffee with Hannah at this time. The external participant is Hannah Granada. She's the e-commerce manager at Made to Order, based in Oklahoma City metropolitan area. She has 500 connections on LinkedIn, so on and so forth. Gives me the meeting subject, and it tells me, gives me the email subject, and is saying it's going to send it to myself at egranada@promopilot.io, and I can go ahead and click approve. And so what it's going to do now is it's just going to send the email, and we'll let that happen. And there it is. I have a new email. I'll put that in the edited video to show you exactly how it worked. This is great. And now it's going to do the same for the second external contact. Again, it's going to email me. You've got a chat with Eric Granada. It's at 2 o'clock, May 14th. Eric Granada is the founder of PromoPilot, so on and so forth. And I can click approve as well. And it's just simply going to send me that email. Okay, all done. And now that I have tested this, I get a little prompt. I can turn this behavior on now that I'm finished setting it up. So I'm going to do that. And we'll close this. And now, every day at 6 o'clock, this behavior will run. I will get emails with a quick dossier about each external contact in my meetings. I hope this was helpful to you. Zapier Agents, extremely cool. I do encourage you to visit agents.zapier.com, test it out, experiment. Don't be afraid to get in there. It's a lot of fun, and that's also probably the best way to learn about it, other than hanging out with me at PromoPilot. Thanks again. Talk to you soon.